Well, you may be seeing something new. Look behind me. Does that look different? Well, we've got a brand new set thanks to Gail and John, who've been working tirelessly. So welcome to our new studio. And we have a brand new collection, and stay tuned for a demo on Double Stick Dazzles.
It's called Sunday Musings, and it has kind of a torn newspaper floral look. Nice, fun colors. You're really going to like it.
And we've got some great projects.
Come play with us.
Well, ta-da, here it is, Sunday Musings. We've got ribbons.
We do, and papers. We've got a nice button set, flowers.
And new Dazzles, 99 word Dazzles. Well, we're going to start with the papers.
Because that really kind of tells the story.
And because this is hot off the press, you know there's going to be ideas on the package, scrapbooking, card making. We're going to show you those, as well as more on the other side, and some of the related items that we're going to be showing you. So the papers are 80-pound paper. They're double-sided. You're going to get 2 of each one. And this is really the one that set the title. And Bethany, our paper wishes buyer, the one who came up with Sunday Musings.
Right.
You can see the torn paper. We'll get a little bit closer. And that is in the background. And as always, you can see there's text on top of it. There's some ghosted roses and swirls.
I love those swirls. And the colors are fun, but I also love that sketched look. So you've got sketches of, you know, kind of see-through flowers along with color added in there.
Yeah, and you've got it on all 4 corners. So just absolutely beautiful. Card makers, you can think of this in terms of you can get 4 cards out of this sheet, and they each will be beautiful. Now we also have an all-over floral. You can see it's a tone-on-tone, and that's getting that sketchiness again. Then we have a little larger flowers, bringing in all of those colors. And then we have yellow tone-on-tone, or yellow and white, I guess.
Nice to have some lighter colors with the darker.
And then the stripe is bits and pieces of all the papers, really kind of in a color blocking fashion. And this is a small floral and against a lighter background, as you can see, kind of those torn papers again. Then flipping them over, you can see we have a solid, we have tone-on-tone green, kind of like the yellow, but smaller. We have it also in blue and in gold. And then this is one sheet of those torn papers, just really, really, a really neat look, very, very different. And then we have kind of a scuffed red tone, so that's what we have going on.
And then we have beautiful ribbons to go with these. I just love these colors. You're going to get that nice dark burgundy and a crepe. You get a gold crepe. You're getting glimmer ribbons, so a couple of greens in there, a gingham, a stitched. You're always going to get something sheer like this nice dotted. I love that salmon crepe as well. And in this, you're also going to get 2 72-inch lengths of twine, plus those 11 ribbons, which are each 36 inches each. So you've got a lot to play with in this set.
We're going to get into some projects, and here is our first one. And this is really just a really simple layout. I love the overlapping of the photographs, and this is bringing in a couple of different things. Number one, those buttons. This is called Farmhouse. And I am just astonished at how amazingly they match our papers.
It just seems like the buttons are made for it. They really aren't, but they always seem to find a combination that goes well with
Thank you, Dan, at Buttons Galore.
Yeah.
And this has not only the buttons, you can see some shaped ones, but it also has pearls and sequins. So a bunch of stuff in there and a really nice container too.
Right.
We've also added some flowers, and these are 1.5 inches wide. You can see the variety of colors, kind of more that, it's called Spice, and you can see why. 6 flowers, 6 leaves.
I like that the leaves come separate with those. You can really place them right where you want
that works? Okay. Then the Dazzles, and these are only words, as we said. And
99 words, and that's a lot of words to play with.
2 sheets, and these are the larger Dazzles, so you can see we get more space to have more words.
So many fun fun things on there. Fabulous, your dreams are waiting, thank you, love, happy birthday, some of the standard things you're looking for. But I also really love this. It's like a little frame that says love right across it.
There's a door. That'd be fun to do over a little photograph,
that's
wouldn't
right.
it? So we've got that, and they're all really used nicely on this page. And I do appreciate, my personal bias is I like buttons to be finished. And so we'll get in closer and you can see that they were threaded with strips of paper. Just really thin, just kind of...
Just cut tiny little strips and just thread them through. You're going to zot that on the back and you look like you have a nice... But you've got twine with the ribbon set too, so you can also use that.
You're right. There's one of those framed pieces as you were talking about.
Back that with paper and you've got a beautiful look there.
We'll back up a little bit and I just want to show you, it's kind of fun to have something old with something new. And so this is our scalloped frames template. Now, for the price, you really can't beat it. You can't get cutting dies this large, nor would you probably want to pay for them, even if you could. Of course, they wouldn't go through the machines, but it's going to give you all the way from, I believe it's 2 inches, clear up to 11.5. So it
even
just
smaller, even smaller than 2 inches. You've got this little piece in the middle, and plus you can place these, the center of these, right on a card, either this line or this line, and make a little shape for a card front, and that's pretty fun too.
So that's what is the super mat behind those photos, just really kind of bringing everything in.
I kind of like to show you a little bit about these Dazzles. If you can grab me one of those Dazzle sheets, just very quickly, how simple it is just to lift one and place it on your card. So maybe I'll pick friends, and I want to show you how I might do that. Super simple to pick these up. I also sometimes will use an X-Acto knife if it's a smaller piece, but just kind of walk through picking up that word, and there you go, you've got the whole thing. And then I'll sort of straighten it out a little bit. And when I set down a Dazzle that I want it to be kind of straight, I'll hold both ends and then just sort of place it a little bit at a time.
And you placed it first in the middle, didn't you? I saw that go down.
I'm holding both ends up, and then I just lightly start laying down, because I can actually pick these up a little bit. If I need to replace them, I can do that. I can sort of start over. So it's kind of forgiving in that way. And then just, like I said, just a little bit at a time, lay it down until I feel like it's in a straight line. I can pick up pieces and make sure that there's no bubbles, etc. And I'll do the same on this end, make sure that
you
that's
kind of want to let it be itself. You don't want to force it.
You want to let it sit down. Another way that you can do that is if you like, draw a light pencil line and then lay it down. So you can see that I feel like I sort of got that up a little high, so I'll put my ruler back down. I'll pick those up again just on the end, and then reposition them. Come on, little D, there we go.
Let it lay down.
Let it lay down.
There you go.
And put that little S right on the line. And there you go. You can just leave that there if you like, use it that way. But there we go.
Works nicely. Another page is this one, and it too is using the scallop frames, but a slightly smaller one, and you can see how that just really brings everything together. It's interesting in that this photo has kind of a shadow. It's the same size of paper, just offset.
Right.
And I think that does a nice job of filling.
That's a real nice look. I love the banner down here, and on the banner are these smaller accents that are on those Dazzle sheets. So it's not just words, it's also got some of these smaller accents. Really simple to cut a strip and then cut a V at one end. And I think if you do that, I'm trying to find two that are the same. Here we go. If you cut one strip, and maybe I cut it twice as long as this, then I cut a V, then I take that strip that I cut off, turn it around, place it here, and here's the other side of that V. Right. So you can like do double duty with that. But I just think that's so cute, using the twine on the buttons to connect in between. Such a cute look.
It really is. It's very, very sweet, and it really does a nice job of framing that photograph. These are two smaller of the scallop frames underneath the flowers over at the end, and they've all been just inked along the edges too.
I like the dark around the outside. It's sort of looking through a window into this little world.
That's how
here.
it hits you, huh? Well, let's get into some cards. We've got a couple here. And this again is using that scallop frame, so just the versatility. And here we get into some sequins and pearls.
So just some of those right out of the Lilac Lane collection there. And I like the sequins are also have been glued onto some of the flowers. So nice little bit of sparkle, though it's kind of really subdued on that colored palette. I really like that.
And a good way to do that is just to squeeze out a puddle of craft glue and then just dip the pearl or the sequin into it and just rest it.
Nice way to do it.
So you can see how nice that is. And on the inside, a great big happy birthday. So just really, really nice.
Lots and lots of those words, Dazzles, so you can do the inside of your card and the front. And they're really great for scrapbooking pages because they're so large. I like that.
Now, I promised you something about the double stick Dazzles, and this is using two of them. This is the little accents, and that's the butterflies, the dragonfly, the flowers, and that little bird.
Right.
And then there's another one, which is the double stick greetings.
Right, so this isn't the words from the ones we've been looking at so far. These are actually double stick because if you turn it a little bit, you can see that glitter on there. And that's really easy to accomplish. I'm going to show you with the silk microfine glitter. So here's a little containers that don't look like much this way, but when you turn them, you can see that beautiful shimmery silk microfine glitter in there.
And these are from Elizabeth Crafts.
Right, so we've got several different colors there. I'm going to use the pink right at this moment. Let's see, it's called Peony Pink. And I've got a little square of the paper, and I've got those double-sided double stick little accent Dazzles. Now they all come, those double stick Dazzles, with this covering on there, and you want to keep that in place when you're not using them. That keeps them nice and clean, and all that sticky stays on there. But before you use them, you pull it up, and I can just pull it up a little. You have to kind of turn it to see where they all are. And I'd like to get to that dragonfly, so I'm going to lift up one piece here, and I'm going to kind of wiggle it as I pull it off, so I don't want it to tear in any way. And then I'm just going to place that right on the paper. So now that's on the paper, and you're going, okay, well, what good is that? I can't see it. Well, that's when we start adding something to it.
We can fix that.
There are a lot of different things you can add to this. Right now, I'm going to do the silk microfine glitter, but I think Mega Flakes is another great one to add to the double stick Dazzles. Chalk even works. I've seen chalk work. And then I just start rubbing, and I use like a circular motion. I'm just sort of pushing that into the Dazzle, into that double stickness on the top.
And the thing that's different with the microfine glitter is that as you burnish it, it actually kind of glows, and it's just a really, really pretty look.
It really makes a beautiful service, and I would do it again in 2, maybe 3 times, and then just keep tapping it off. And when you're all done, you're just going to have this beautiful glittered dragonfly. I would use a paintbrush to get off the excess, and then you can see what it looks like on the card.
Here it is. Well, there's some flowers, but there's the dragonfly backed with paper, and there's the butterfly, so you can see, and that little bird, of course, with the blue. The best wishes with the black, and as Gail said, you can just see the sparkle. So super, super easy to do because of the double stick and all the different things you can do.
And I love the Sunday Musings paper back there. So just a little piece of it with just a little of that, the beautiful border pieces and that newspaper look, which I really like.
And I want to mention, even the border down here, it's part of the little accents, and that also was glittified, so that's just really, really nice. Now, it's also fun. We've got scrapbook pages, we've got cards, but you can do some other things. Of course you can, because paper is so versatile. This is one of our blank little keepsake journals, and this one is blank on the inside. It's spiral bound, wire bound, so it's going to lay flat. But to give it as a gift or something.
This would be great, and it's super simple to do. You're just going to cover that with, let me see if I can, well, I've got a coat on the back, but you can see it's just like a cardboard cover,
just
chipboard. Both sides, chipboard cover, and then you've got that nice spiral. There's been a ribbon that went all the way through here and then tied on the outside, that nice wide crepe, and then just a piece of paper glued to the front. And with that beautiful floral, that really kind of makes most of what you need to see. There's that focal, and embrace the magic of the day. And we have some black jewel border dazzles on both sides there, so that's a nice finish for that.
And for something like this, you kind of want to keep it flat because this is going to be used, and so the dazzles and the papers just do a really nice job of bringing that together.
And that's one way of making that look, but there's another way too, and Paulette's going to show it to you, and then I'll tell you a little bit.
On the website at paperwishes.com, if you go to Sunday Musings, you're going to see this free download. We always give you a free download with every paper collection.
And I love these because you download it, you print it out,
just click on it,
and then you cut it out. And I did that with one of these. So here's one of those little labels. So I just cut it out, and then I use some of those dazzles. And if I wanted to, something like that would look great on a journal like that too. You can use any of those on a tag or whatnot. What I also like about those is that you can computer journal on them. Super simple. And you can go to our 101 sites. It shows you how to computer journal on our labels, tags, whatever, but it's super simple to do. And I love that you have that access. You can reprint those over and over and have as many of those as you want.
As often as you want.
Yes, you can.
So that's Sunday Musings, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again next week.
In our new craft space.
Yes. And I just wanted to show you one more. This is something Gail has done. This is a different process, and we'll show that to you in a different webisode. And just wanted you to see there's going to be more also.
Lots more different ways to use these. I can't wait to show you that technique in a future webisode.